Hello. Jack says hello too. You playing with Kitty. Yuck. I decided that I would do a live stream because I didn't do my videos this week. Um it is Saturday after all. Um also I thought I'd tell you next week's gonna be 80s week. Most everybody picked 80s week for horror movies to talk about. So yeah, that took the poll. I think I had two people vote on for the 2010s. Everybody else, 80%. I mean, 70% and 30 were for 2010s. But yeah, yeah, why not? Actually, I'm gonna go on here and actually look at the thing and tell you, be accurate to what. There's 18 votes and 78 of them are for 80s, 6% for 1960s, and 2010s is 17, and 0 for the 2020s. Which, it's actually a good thing because I don't know if I have 7 movies that are horror that I can actually watch. Um, actually, there are a lot. Now that I think about it, because I've been perusing on uh, MGM Plus and AMC Plus, and they have a lot of movies that just came out so and in the past years. I probably have seen maybe 6 movies from 2023, and maybe 4 from 2022. Um, I haven't watched a lot of them. And I don't just mean horror. I mean, there's very few movies from this decade. Hello, lady. Cool. That I've actually seen. I really have not had the interest. Of course, this year, I know of at least 5 movies that I want to watch that are coming out. So, and I actually get to see 4 of them in theaters. Nobody really wants to see these movies, but I do. Um, I want to see the new Ghostbusters movie. I've seen every single Ghostbuster movie. I own all of them, except for the one with the women. Uh, I uh, I haven't watched it. The only reason I'm debating if I want to see it is because Thor is in it, and I'm a big fan of Chris Hemsworth. Oh, yeah. I don't really like the women in it. I do like the one, the black lady. No, but I've seen all the ones that are together with the movie that follow the storyline, and I like the characters. Of course, the boy that plays the Ghostbuster that died's character. I like him in everything I've seen him in. Disclaimer: I've only seen him in 2 movies, but he is Mike from Stranger Things. So, uh, speaking of decades, what's your favorite decade for horror movies? I don't have one. I have a few. I jumped to. Well, your internet. I went through this. I like the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000. Some things from the 2010s. Most of the ones from the 2000s, though, are independent movies that most people have never heard of. But there's a lot of 80s movies that I like that nobody's ever heard of. Are you excited for the new Ghostbusters movie? Hey, Jacob. It's not coming out until March. Almost at the end of April, at the beginning of April. Um, I'm not sure if Ghostbusters is really horror movie, but I kind of always considered it action. But when I was looking through movies at the movie place, they always put it in with horror movies. Um, uh, them are from the last movie, them Twinkies. Oh, you've seen them at the store. I really want to get my hands on them things. They look good. They look really good, and of course, I don't really know if I want to have cake in here. I had me hostess have these things that are kind of like Twinkies, but instead of regular Twinkies, they're so they have coconut on them in the red. I would imagine so. They look really good. And hostesses, no. Yeah, so does little whiny. This one, um, I went to get a drink from the bedroom, and when I came back and I came out, he had grabbed my cakes. And anyone out there that don't know, Hostess makes Twinkies. That's a message. But yeah, they're covered in coconut and it's red flavor. But yeah, he wanted to eat them. um, I don't understand you. How do you know you're being called a naughty boy? Yeah, Jack is a garbage disposal. Tell everybody hello. Garbage disposal. I don't think so. I'm not sure what April is. I think April, depending on what it is Aries or Taurus, right? And I can't remember which one he is, but he's the first sign in the zodiac. Why? Um, does he act like a Pisces? You quit that now. You tell me I act like my sign. I don't think so. Virgos are supposed to be grounded to the earth, but I'm flighty. Yeah, he does. He always does. Without fail. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but he knows people. When someone talks about him, he gets all excited, and if you don't believe me, I have a witness to prove it. Um, my friend Heather has seen firsthand that he does this stuff. I'm sorry, your hair is matted. But yeah, he's a very intuitive. And since we're coming to the end of this week, I thought we could talk about some movies from the 70s. Not horror movies from the 70s. There's a lot of great ones, well known ones, and a few that aren't well known that I enjoy. There's a movie called Alejandra. What do you mean, what I got? I don't have very many movies that are from the 70s, but I watch a lot of them. But the first one I said, Alejandra, I do have. Probably. Alejandra is about, it starts out with this girl be dropped off at a monastery, and you get told that her parents have died, and she's put with this girl. The, the girl that gets dropped off is named Jillian. Alejandra is the person that's in the room with her that shares the room. It's on here. It's on YouTube. It's a Mexican movie. Technically, if you want to be technical, it's a movie that came out here in 2002. But the movie was made in 1978. But it didn't get released to America till then. But yeah, it was only talking about Mexicans. It was very controversial in its time because they were um, it made the Catholic Church look really bad because the church was to where these girls were at. Uh, it's kind of a mix between a vampire movie and a possession movie. Kind of. It's kind of hard to explain what kind of movie it is, but I enjoyed it. Them are two of my top favorite kind of movies to watch. Possession, remember? It it's very low budget. It's very other people don't like it, but I do. Um, but I'm you will come to know if I talk about the movies I like that I watch a lot. You will come to know that I like movies most people don't. Um, Speaking of possession, back in the 70s, one of the most known possession movies to come out, and it's regarded as the scariest movie ever made, even till this day, which not necessarily true, but it's Exorcist. That's another one that I own somewhere in this room. And it's free. You don't have to pay anything for the movie. Um, so, what is obviously I'm a big fan of this movie. As people know, this and we've done everything, so the newcomers don't. But for y'all that have been here a while, y'all know I love me some Michael Myers, so Halloween definitely has to be talked about. So. I'm trying to think. Awesome. Do you like the sequels? And if so, which ones? And do you like the remake? But yeah, I know how much you like slasher films, and I think you like vampires. Oh, original. Enough said. You don't really like sequels to stuff. I get it. Another one that I love that it's the last Hammerhead horror movie that stars oh crap. Uh, well, I like Rob Zombie's remake. This newest one, no. I will never watch Halloween Ends, Killed, or 2018 ever again. not happening. Zombie? Of course, I'm supposed to be talking about the, the 70s and talking about the 2000s. But I could talk about that, though, because this week was supposed to be 2000s and 70s. So actually, I can talk about 70s movies. Now, for anyone out there, and you know to be on the replay crew, and if you, I figured it out. Um, but yeah, there's a movie that is made in the 2000s, 2009. That if you're a lover of older movies, I think you should give it a try. And it's called House of the Devil. And it's kind of an invasion slash it's kind of like invasion movie meets Rosemary's Baby. Um, it's very suspenseful, very thrilling. Um, it's really great in my opinion. And yes, for anyone that wants to know, I own that movie. I paid $1.50 at Dollar General for it a few years ago. And I didn't know what it was about, but I finally ended up watching it after a friend told me. Yeah, it was a great find. Um, but yeah, if you've never seen it, you should check it out. It's on Tubi, I think. Um, yep, it's on Tubi. Tubi, Pluto TV, Peacock, Redbox, Flex, Amazon Prime Video, and Freaky, and it says free beside all. It's a oh, speaking of movies that are from the 70s, and I said this one already. No, I don't think it's the 70s. I think it might be 60s. Yeah. Yep. I can't talk about that movie. um, I had to make sure that oh, well, I don't know what time midnight is for you because it's 1:42 for me. Um, you're probably 3 hours behind me, right? Okay, then at 2 a.m. it'll be I got a better idea. This is a better way to do it. No. A lot of people don't like this movie, but I do, and I will talk about it. I I'm a big fan of most, not all, but most of M. Night Shyamalan's movies, and this is definitely one of the ones I adore, and that is The Village. And it is from 2004. A lot of people hate my favorite movie by him. I like The Happening. The Village or The Happening. Another movie that's from the 2000s, and yes, it is 2000. It's probably my favorite movie in the series. Just because of how comical Warren Davis is, and that is Leprechaun in the Hood. I've only got the one copy of it. Um, yeah, every time I think about Leprechaun, any of them movies, I think about the song that Warren Davis sings in that movie. Left in the hood, up to do no good. And I think about that song all the time because I kind of made my own version of it. Jacking the bed up to do no good. um, sorry, but he does. I told him I'm gonna paint him green because he's up to no good. And usually when he's up to no good, he's trying to find food. Now, the next movie I'm going to talk about is kind of controversial. A lot of people are like, that is a horrible ass movie. But I like it. I like all of them in this series. This is the last one, and it's Hannibal Rising. And for y'all that have been around here a long time, well, anyone that's even seen my newer videos, first one I put up, should know that I'm a big fan of the writer that did this. That this the book is based on of this movie. There ain't too many Stephen King things I don't like, and Desperation is one of the best ones. And nobody ever talks about Desperation. Of course, nobody ever talks about the movie I'm going to talk about next. It reminds me of Desperation. Seven. It was made for television film. Um, Give me a minute, and I'm going to tell you who the two leads in this movie are. Ron Perlman and Steven Weber. For anyone that's scratching their head and don't know who Ron Perlman is, he is Hellboy. Original Hellboy. Well, not. I said seven. Oh, crap. Let me think. That's not the name of it. It ain't like seven. Okay. Movie with Denzel Washington and John Goodman. Fallen. Fallen is the movie that I was thinking about, not seven. Okay, here's how it goes. A collapse or another example of what this movie's like a little bit is The Thing. Pretty much everybody knows about The Thing. They have seen it. It's one of the best John Carpenter films out there. If you don't know John Carpenter for Halloween, you know him for The Thing. It's kind of, but unlike The Thing, where it can just slide up inside you, you have the thing has to touch you for to absorb your body. And well, I don't know how. Nobody knows how the thing gets into you, but I think it just jumps down in your body. But you have to be touched by the thing that is in Desperation. But it's a it's one of his best movies, and definitely worth watching, especially if you like Ron Perlman and Steven Weber. And that reminds me. Let me give you his credits. He was in Wings. See you later. Have a good night. Um, let's see. Yeah, I really can't tell you anything else that maybe people know him from Channel Zero. Or single white female. What I know him from is two Stephen King movies. One is The Shining, and the other is he's also been on NCIS New Orleans and iZombie. Let's see. Guess I, but yeah, that's people I know him from Wings. Excuse me. Sorry, I have a really bad cold. I didn't think y'all wanted to see or hear that. A lot of people like the newer version, but I like the series. I don't know. I might like the remake, but I haven't watched it. I just find it very trippy. Um, I'm going to go through this list. It says 100 best 1970 horror movies. Down below this innocent creature that we go. Calm, bow your porn. Put on some vinyl. Records of disco boots, your choice. And well, that lead in the gasoline. We are heading back to the mid decade with the 100 best 1970s horror movies. 70s for decade of hell for the genre, transforming horror into a source for award recognition, access, and the birth of the blockbuster Jaws. The again of Hammer Gothic horror has its last gasp here. Vampire Circus giving way to the style of Italian gelato, red, deep red, American race, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Brown House, that's House. Meanwhile, legends in the name, their names are called Steven Spielberg, Whitley Scott, Alien, David Lynch, Eraserhead, and John Carpenter. Alone, the name is you. Now that you get get down for some movie names, we get off of that series 1974. Coming in at number one on this list is Alien from 1979. Coming in at number two on this list, Jaws from 1975. Coming in at number three on this list is Halloween from 1978. Coming in at number four, Nosferatu the Vampire from 1979. Coming in, oh, and I will tell you, I'll go back. Alien is a great movie, one of the best, and I like it, but it's not my favorite of the decade. Probably not even this list. Jaws is a good movie, not my favorite. Not my favorite shark movie, but give me a minute and I will be talking about these movies. My computer battery is about to die. So, yeah. Um, it definitely deserves to be up there as a great movie from the 70s. That's just my favorite. But I do own it in this room somewhere. I have the movie. Coming in number three, like I said, is Halloween. I would have put it at first. I'm sure that my favorite film is when this was if I'm wrong, I'll come back to it. But yeah, Halloween is definitely my first. For anyone out there that like, if you're in the life and if you want, let me know if what your rankings are. Don't give me 100 though. Top 10, um, please. Number four, like I said, Nosferatu the Vampire from 1979. I don't know how I feel about it because I've never seen it. I will have that corrected. Number five is another I haven't seen, and it is Don't Look Now, and it's 1973. Coming in at number six is Young Frankenstein, 1974. I don't know why I haven't watched this. I think that it looks like it would be a lot of fun to see, and it is got Gene Wilder in it, and it's a Mel Brooks film. But yeah, I haven't watched Young Frankenstein, but I will. I definitely want to see this movie. Coming in at number seven is Suspiria. And I've already talked about it, and it's 1977. I love this movie. It's so artsy looking, so colorful, and it's got dance to it, which makes it even better. I love musicals, so and horror. So this is kind of like putting both together. And I would probably put that one at my number two. I will go back and tell you what rankings from the ones that I like later. Um, Coming in number eight is Carrie from 1976. I'm glad I'm looking this stuff up because I keep forgetting that some of the movies that they're from this decade. I will be back in a minute. Yeah. My computer was acting up funny. Um, and I'm going to repeat what I said a minute ago. Carrie is coming in at number 8, and it's from 1976. It's definitely high up, and it might be even closer to the first ones. Obviously, it would be up there for me because it is a Stephen King story. Um, um, I do, and this is the first movie. You will find people that argue that this is his first story too, but it's not. Um, it's the first time he's really well known for making one, but he made a story that he did and had put into a magazine when he was 16. Um, and that was The Rage. Coming in at number 9 is Dawn of the Dead from 1978. This is the second George A. Romero film, zombie film, zombie film, not his second film. I think this is third, might be fourth, but no more food, you stinky. uh, Coming in at number 10 is Invasion of the Body Snatchers 1978. And it's definitely one of the best out there, in my opinion. Coming in at 11 is Eraserhead from 1977. And this is a movie I've never seen. It just seems so weird looking. Okay, coming in at 12 is House from 1977. Now, I've seen a movie called House, but this is not that one. That movie is from the 80s. This is about a young woman that does not want to spend time with her father and is trying to avoid him and his creepy new lover. Coming in at 13 is Martin from 1978. All right. I haven't seen Martin, but it is a George A. Romero film, and it looks like on the cover that Martin might be a vampire or somebody. Now, this is definitely a movie that I love, and coming in at 14, I would not put it at 14. It would probably be my number 3. Um, and that is The Wicker Man from 1973. Um, I adore this movie. I think it is so well done, and it's not like anything I've ever seen before or after, and I really enjoy this movie. Coming at 15, this would probably not be on my list. I don't really enjoy Duel from 1971, but I prefer the movie the Car, over this. And they're about the same time length as each other. Coming in at number 16 is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. And I can see why it's on this list and why it's where it's at. It would be further down on my list, to be honest with you. I can watch it and everything, but it's not something I go grabbing for very often. Coming in number 17 is a movie I've never even heard of, and it's The Abominable Dr. Pips, 1971. Um, it looks interesting. Um, and it's something I'd like to see, considering the fact that the star of it is Vincent Price, and I adore him. Um, Coming in 18 is another movie with Vincent Price, and it's called Theater of Blood. And recently I heard about this movie, talked about. It's supposed to be a William Shakespeare play type movie. Coming in at 19 is Sisters, another movie I've heard about recently, and it's from 1973, but never seen. Um, Coming in at 20 is The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, 1970. I've seen it, but I don't remember it. Eh, that don't mean that it's bad or anything. It's been so long ago that I watched this movie that I just don't have no recollection of it. So yeah. Um, Coming in at 21 is a movie I would have had higher on my list. It'd probably be number 4 for me. not 21, and that is The Exorcist from 1973. I definitely think it should be up higher up there, but I didn't do this one, so um, it's one of my favorites, and, especially from the 70s. Matter of fact, it wouldn't be number 20 in my list of movies that, because I've done this before, I've ranked movies in my head, not actually on my show, but all favorite time, and this one came in at 15. That was all time favorite. So, yeah. Coming in at number 22 is another movie that I would have had higher, and that is The Omen from 1976. Um, as much as I watched that, I might change my mind to put it at number 3 because it's a movie that if it was a VC videotape, I would have ruined it by now. For y'all out there that know about VCR tapes. Coming in at 23 is Phantom of the Prism, 1974. Now, I've heard of it, never seen it. I was told by someone that I'd like it with all the colorful accents to it. This is definitely a movie I've never heard of. Um, and it's called Your Vice is a Locked Room and Only I Have the Key, and it's from 1972, and it comes in at 24. But it looks like an interesting. I don't know the name. Olivero. Olivero is a drunk, burned out rider who assumes muses himself by hosting orgies and humiliating his wife with a number of and the rest I can't read. That's the synopsis, some of it for that movie. Next is at 25 is The Night Stalker from 1973. I'm not sure what The Night Stalker is about, but I'm telling you right now, it isn't about the Night Stalker that was killing people. It's not that story. Um, Coming in at 26 is Deep Red from 1975. This is a giallo film, and it's probably Argento Giallo's most popular and known film he ever did. And coming in at 27 is The Baby, 1973. Yes, I've never seen Deep Red or The Baby. Coming in at 28 is The Little Girl Who Lived Down the Lane, 1976. And this is Jodie Foster's first ever movie. Yeah, her first film. Most people think that Taxi was her first film, but it wasn't. This was. It's a very weird and unusual story. Quite withdrawn 13-year-old Ren Jacobs lives perfectly in her home in a New England beach town. And she lives there alone at 13. There's people that try to bother her and everything, and one of them is this creepy ass guy that won't leave her alone, and that is played by Martin Sheen. Coming in at 29 is Gunky and Hayes. I don't think I'm saying this right, but I'm going to spell it Ganja and Hayes, 1973. And this is a movie that I definitely have never seen. Coming in at 30 is Trilogy of Terror. Everybody says they can't find it on um, any of the streaming services. At one point, it was on Amazon, but I can't find it on there anymore. It's an anthology, and the last one was pretty good because it actually showed you a lot more, but the first two were kind of bad because they didn't show but like 5 minutes of it. And you're doing this, like, what just happened? But for anybody that has seen it, they all come together and the story aligns with each other to make one story. If you're paying attention. Some people don't, that's why. But coming in at 31 is The House That Dripped Blood, 1971. I'm not even sure what this is about, but yeah. But I've seen the name around, and I should probably watch it. was just everywhere. Coming in at 32 is Deathline, 1972. Another one I haven't seen. Coming in at 33 is Tales from the Crypt, 1972. And if anybody's ever seen it, it starts out as a cartoon, but I promise you, you should watch it because it turns into an actual movie. It's only a cartoon for about 5 minutes. Coming in at 34 is another movie that I think should be higher on this list, but that's my opinion, and that is Salem's Lot from 1979. Coming in at 35 is Long Weekend, 1978. And this does not look like a movie I would call a horror movie from the synopsis or from the picture on the movie. But I haven't seen it, so I can't say that. But it looks more like an action movie. This guy's got a gun in his hand, rifle. Coming in at 36 is Andy Warhol's Frankenstein from 1973. So, coming in at 37 is The Night Stalker from 1971. And it's got the same picture, so I'm thinking they revised it 2 years later. Um, and it's got the same people in it. Coming in at 38 is Hands of the Ripper, 1971. And this is another one of those movies that's a movie based off Jack the Ripper. Coming in at 39 is The Shout, 1978. Coming in at 40 is Magic from 1978. Coming in at 41 is Let Sleeping Corpses Lie from 1974. Coming in at 42 is A Bay of Blood, 1971. Coming in at 43 is Sacramento, 1971. Coming in at 44 is Blue Sunshine from 1976. Coming in at 45 is Shutter, 1975. Coming in at 46 is Death Dream, 1974. Coming in at 47 is The Other, 1976. 1972. Coming in at 48 is The Candy Snatchers, 1974. Excuse me. Coming in at 49 is The Creeping Flesh, 1973. Coming in at 50 is Don't Torture a Duckling, 1972. That is a very strange ass movie. I'm a little surprised this year. Um, Coming in at 51 is The Tenant, 1976. Coming in at 52 is The Witch Who Come From the Sea, 1975. Coming in at 53 is Coma, 1978. Coming in at 54 is The Cat O' Nine's Tail, 1971. Coming in at 55 is The Breed, 1979. Coming in at 56 is Daughters of Darkness, 1971. Coming in at 57 is Valerie and Her Week of Wonders, 1970. Coming in at 58 is Embrace of Passion, 1978. Coming in at 59 is Vampire Circus, 1972. Coming in at 60, Massacre at Central High, 1976. Coming in at 61 is Twins of Evil, 1971. Coming in at 62 is The Visitor, 1979. Coming in at 63 is God Told Me To, 1976. Coming in at 64 is Rabbit, 1977. Coming in at 65 is The Fury, 1978. Coming in at 66 is Sweet Alice, 1976. Coming in at 67 is The Vampire Lovers, 1970. Coming in at 68 is Shinlock, 1973. And I'm going to spell it so that, make sure. At SCHLOCK, O C K. Coming in at 69 is definitely a movie I would have higher, a lot higher on the list, like in the teens. Is oh no, I'm going blank. Some words I can't read and they get me confused, and I've heard this name a million times. There you go. I said it. I mean, showed it. Sorry. I gotta go back. Coming in at 70 is Images, 1972. Coming in at 71 is Black Christmas, 1974. Coming in at 72 is Piranha, 1978. Coming in at 73 is Silo or the 120 Days of Summer, 1975. Coming in at 74 is Don't Be Afraid of the Dark, 1973. Coming in at 75 is What Have They Done to Songwon, 1972. And the word is spelled SOLANGE. In case I said it wrong. Coming in 76 is Love at First Bite, 1979. This is another movie that I think should be higher on the list. Coming in at 77 is Season of the Witch, 1972. Coming in at 78 is The Crazies, 1973. Coming in at 79 is The Stepford Wives, 1975. This would not be on my list. I found it to be a little boring. Coming in 80 is The Velvet Vampire, 1971. Coming at 81 is The Hills Have Eyes, 1977. Coming in at 82 is Asylum, 1972. Coming in at 83 is the Apex, 1972. Coming in 84 is Blood for Dracula, 1974. Coming in at 85 is It Lives, 1974. Coming in at 86 is The Driller Killer, 1979. Coming in at 87 is Race with the Devil, 1975. Coming in at 88 is The Legend of Hale House, 1973. Coming in at 89 is The Masaso Waltz, 1971. Coming in at 90 is Tenderness of the Wolves, 1973. 91. Four Files on Grey Velvet, 1971. Coming in at 92 is Last House on the Left, 1972. Coming in at 93 is Jaws 2, 1978. Coming in at 94, The Cars That Ate Paris, 1974. Coming in at 95 is Ben from 1972. Coming in at 96, Demon Seed, 1977. Coming in at 97 is Dracula, 1979. Coming in at 98 is Lisa and the Devil, 1973. Coming in at 99 is Ruby, 1977. And at 100 is Dr. Peebles Rises Again, 1972. Well, doesn't look like anyone's here. And if you're watching and you made it here, here's a heart from you and her. I thought about doing the same with the 2000s, but I'm tired and my throat hurts. So I'm only going to be on here for a few more minutes. And if you have lasted to the end of this video, replay crew, give me an owl. If there isn't an owl, give me a black bird. Some kind of symbol. Um, some kind of bird. Um, and yeah, like I said, let me know some of your favorites. Tell me if any of the movies that I said I haven't watched, if you have. Uh, sleep well, everyone. And for y'all that don't know, this where I'm at it is 2:49, and I've been on for an hour and a half. Little over an hour and a half. But yeah, have a good night, everyone. And remember, be the person you're meant to be, not the one that everybody expects you. Unless you're here in the morning or something. But that's what time it is for me right now.